here we are at Lemon Tree Passage boat ramp. This is a lot like Soldier's Point. It's really well set up. Floating dock again, good tie-up points, marine rescue here. This is going to be really good access to the bay if you want to get out and do some fishing or just exploring the estuaries and river systems. It is a little bit of a ride out to Nelson's Bay from here, but it's not too bad. You've got amenities over that way, you've got barbecue areas there, fish cleaning down that way as well, and it's just going to be really easy access, plenty of parking, heaps and heaps of parking at this particular boat ramp. Park for the kiddies, Poyas, that's a really well reviewed restaurant, I believe. Haven't been there myself, but it really looks good on the reviews on Google. We'll give it a try one day. But here we are at the end of Lemon Tree Passage. There's a little boat ramp here that's got concrete formed base, although it is quite old and breaking up quite a fair bit. But you probably wouldn't have too much trouble getting down onto it. The sand feels quite hard packed, although it has been raining recently. Plenty of parking here. There's no facilities for toilets or fish cleaning facilities, but it is going to be a quieter boat ramp. If you wanted to sneak in, put your ski in or your little tinny, this boat ramp could definitely be one for you. And this is Mallabula boat ramp. It's not much, it is pretty basic. This is a high tide only boat ramp. Actually says it on the sign on the main road as you're turning out to Mallabula. And you can see why. It is a long, long way to the water at low tide. So high tide only, concrete formed, extends down into the mud there. It's pretty broken away on the edges, so yeah, you want to be making sure you're sticking to the middle of your track there. Wouldn't see any issues with it once it's high tide. You'd get in there pretty easily. Got your facilities over that way. You've got your toilets and shower block over there. There is some showers just here as well. So this is one of the more private boat ramps. If you're anything like me, when you're starting out getting your jet ski in the water or your boat, it's really, when you go to the bigger boat ramps, there's guys with bigger boats, they're doing it faster, people are waiting for you. This is one of those boat ramps that you come to, there's not many people here, you can practice reversing down all day long and you probably won't annoy too many people, there'll be no stress. Definitely is high tide only though, because as you can see, she is a fair way out. That's probably, I'd say, 100 metres of beach there. This is Tanilaba Bay boat ramp. Once again, a high tide boat ramp, a little bit small, single lane only. Bit of parking around the sides. There is some toilets there and some barbecues, but in terms of facilities, a little bit better than just down the road at Mallabula. Yeah, you've got toilets just there, a little bit of a parking area, nothing too flash, and this is your boat ramp here. You have got some signs there. Once again, another reminder, log on to Marine Rescue. If you are able to support the guys as well, you can get a membership for Marine Rescue Port Stephens, would be appreciated. Every little bit helps. It is a formed concrete ramp. Once again, high tide only, otherwise you're down onto the the sand. You do want to keep in the middle because there is rocks either side. For the jet ski though, you probably want to bring an anchor because you do have a lot of rocks that might get in your way there. Alright guys, here we are at Karuah boat ramp. This is a really good boat ramp in terms of protection from the elements. It is a floating dock, so you won't have any dramas with high tide or low tide. You've got dual access up and down the ramp, formed concrete, and it's got enough tie-up points. It's really good. I don't imagine that it would get too busy here. In terms of facilities, you've got your cleaning station for your fish as well, but that's about it. No toilets inside here, and this is going to be a really great option for you if you wanted to get out into the estuary, chase some flathead, get out there amongst it, maybe do some crabbing. It's more of a river access location. Right guys, here we are at North Arm Cove. This is a really small boat ramp. You're really only going to want to put in your tinny here. You probably get a jet ski trailer in, no worries, but there is a few rocks around the side. There's a little bit of sand there that I've managed to beach mine on, but yeah, really tricky rocks either side. So this isn't one that I'd be recommending, but more so letting you know that it's here as an option if you are over this way with accommodation and you want to put in. This certainly is an option. It's a little sleepy little town, North Arm Cove. Lots of private marinas along here, little docks. You're probably going to be putting in here if you want to get into the bay, if you're staying over this way. It doesn't have any amenities here, no toilet block or anything like that. It's very chill, very laid back. I'm not sure what kind of material this is, but it looks like it's like a hardened plastic. It's got edges on there and goes down a fair way. That is Water Street up there, water. And this is water reserve. So yeah, off Water Street, you come down here. Like I said, it is going to be a really smaller craft option. Not too many big boats are going to be able to put in here safely. Alright guys, we've arrived at Pindimar boat ramp. This is not a bad little boat ramp, although I've never been here on a low tide, so I can't really speak to whether this ramp is going to be accessible in low tide. From about where that post is out there, it is pretty shallow and it's in really good condition. Plenty of room to back your ski in. A little bit of information here on the board. In terms of facilities, there's some bins, barbecues over there, but no toilets in sight. Yeah, not a bad little boat ramp. Off to the side, as you can see, I've put my ski over there on the beach. Doesn't appear to be too many rocks in the water there. You're right in the centre of it. If you motor over through there, you'll be at Nelson's Bay, go that way, and you're only 5 minutes from Soldiers Point, where you can get fuel. It's a pretty good little boat ramp, so I think if you're over on the north, this is certainly a good opportunity. Plenty of parking, and guys just whacking them down the side of the road. perhaps not in front of people's houses, but there's certainly enough room along the road down there to put your trailer for the day. Actually, I probably shouldn't give you a bum steer. Actually read the sign. No stopping from that point. Okay, so you can stop there. Can't stop there. Alrighty. But yeah, Pindimar. Beautiful little spot. Alright, here we are at Winda Woppa boat ramp. This is at the end of Jakaba Street. It's just on a corner in a suburban street. Not a whole heap of parking. Probably only something that the locals are going to be putting their tinnies in. To do, please park cars and trailers in reserve at end of street. Okay, so I think that's down that way. That's where they're asking people to park. No parking along here. I stand corrected. Not too sure if I could speak to whether this would be good in low tide. We're at high tide at the moment, so it might be alright, but I don't think that you'd have any trouble getting in here on low tide. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, if this is not a low tide boat ramp. We've got a little bit of a beach area here that you can pull your ski up on, so not too much trouble there with scratching or anything. And Tea Gardens is just over there. You might be able to see the bridge in the video. In terms of amenities, you've only really got the bins there, not too much else in terms of fish cleaning or anything like that, so you might need to do that at home. Consider the local residents, which is always good. Hawk's Nest boat ramp. This is a pretty big boat ramp. It's got a floating dock there and the old dock that's sort of probably been redone perhaps. It's got your toilets there and ample parking, even when it's busy, I would say. Must be some fish being caught here because whenever I go past there's always bird life. So must be something in that. Always follow the birds, my pop told me. It's a double lane, formed concrete, and it's really good. This would be two-wheel drive, no worries, high and low tide. I imagine, I haven't put in here myself, but I believe it's a pretty good boat ramp. Lots of people use it. A lot of guys might be departing from here to head out the front to go to the Fad, and also to perhaps the Broughton Island. This is pretty close by to get out to Broughton Island. As soon as you launch, you are into a 4-knot zone, but it's not too far around the corner and you can open it up. In terms of amenities, you do have your fish cleaning just there, you've got your toilets there, and yeah, that's about all you need. And guys, if you are coming through here, just point A to point B, I wouldn't be throwing the jet ski around in this sort of area, as it won't be appreciated. It is a no wash zone, a lot of it just to prevent bank erosion, as the sign's telling me. There's a big bridge there. If you go over that, you'll be at Tea Gardens, and we're going to go over there next and have a look at their boat ramp. But yeah, this one is a floating dock, so it's pretty accessible, high and low tide. It has got bumpers on it. They're a little bit hard, to be honest. I wouldn't be leaving my ski tied up to that for too long, but it's not too bad. Alright, here we are at Tea Gardens boat ramp. It's a great little boat ramp, floating dock, so low tide, high tide, no worries at all. Double bay boat ramp to get your skis in and your little boats. There is fish cleaning facilities over there, but it looks like they're doing some work to them at the moment, so they're out of action. A little bit of a motor out through the river there, but nothing too bad. You are into a 4-knot zone when you put in at this boat ramp. but you don't have to go too far to get out into the river. There is a few signs about low wash, so this wouldn't be the area to be throwing your jet ski around and having fun, water sports, that type of thing. Probably want to head out to the bay to do those types of things. But yeah, this is not a bad little boat ramp and a good one to end on. I hope that this has been informative to you guys, has saved you a little bit of time and money putting in at your closest boat ramp to where you need to be, where you're staying or where you're going. And here we go. So this is how good the bay can be if you get the winds wrong. It's tough, it's slow going, it's wet. This is a northeasterly at the moment. I think it would be more than 15, 20, but it makes for a long, long ride.